Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of this video. Right after this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, as well as the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if you want to receive live updates on the stocks I watch every single day, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So here we are with Ocgn stock, Ocugen Inc. So this stock jumps on great news, on expansion, and it usually jumps on the same old news that it jumped before. So you could see how quickly it loses momentum because the investors that are in Ocugen themselves actually leave, which is pretty interesting because everyone's very bullish, everyone likes this stock, but no one's confident enough because they know how risky this is, because Ocugen is indirectly connected to Covaxin. The FDA approval, emergency use approval is still in the works, but all these other expansions, yeah, they're great news, but we still haven't even gotten into the US market, which is very important. But we're going to see what happens. Phase 3 trials, the full results need to come out. That's something that's big too. So we really need to see moving forward how Ocugen's going to react. But the investor sentiment, you can see it pretty fast in the charts, guys. So this is a stock that moves on news, and soon after the news, it loses momentum. So one of the most important things, obviously, is to stay above the 50-day moving average. But most importantly, stay above $10 for this to have some strength. So Ocgn stock is above the 50-day moving average, which is 971. Anything above it is bullish. Anything below it is bearish. Our first support level before getting to the 50-day moving average is 983. If that gets broken through, I'd watch how it reacts between 983 and 971. See if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are tearing this one down fairly fast. Now, if it breaks through support and the 50-day moving average, the next support level I would watch is 942, lowest point in the day, and it's now in bearish territory. So it is something to watch and pay close attention to. Now, for the bulls to continue to hold momentum, continue to hold the whole entire leverage of the chart, they need to stay above the 50-day moving average, but they need to push up higher. They definitely want to stay above $10. And by doing that, they need to break through this first resistance of 1023, turn that into a support to reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and break beyond the resistance levels that are to come, right? So break beyond that one, use it as support, and go on to the next one, pull further away from the 50-day moving average, and continue this upward rally, because it all started way back here at $7. It's had volatility, but it keeps on hitting newer highs, newer lows, newer highs, and now we need to see if this slight pullback could be a setup for the next run. So it is something to watch. But once they break through that resistance, the next resistance level is up here at 1074, and the highest point of the day is 1103. 1103 or $11 in general right now is a very important resistance level. It's the highest point we've seen since the most recent lows of 723. For this to continue and for the bulls to continue to have leverage and control over the charts. So that is something to watch. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so they can receive the insight as well. And stay tuned. All I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I'm going to share a ticker symbol with you guys you won't want to miss, as well as the opportunities we mentioned this morning. We hit 2 home runs. One was 20% plus, and the other was 30% plus on the day. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have for you guys today is one that I've mentioned before over at the Patreon, and it is a ticker symbol that's already jumped up 10% on the week. We're going to look at it together, but before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities we mentioned this morning over at the Discord, and if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So we mentioned IGC at 185. This gave about 3 to 5% opportunities and a few jumps above 5%, but this was not that strong. We went ahead and talked about NEXT. I don't like to recycle stocks, but this was a stock that I bought in the day before at 293. I was still holding. I had high conviction. I was about to sell it for a 20% plus opportunity yesterday. I didn't. I held through to today, and we're going to look at that chart in just a moment because this was our home run for the day. We also talked about GBS at 325. This jumped up nicely. We talked about LOTS, right? LOTZ. We've been talking about this one since it was at $4 and some change. It was sitting at 620 today. It gave us plenty of room last week from 10 to 20%. And today alone, it turned out to be a big jump as well. We talked about VBIV. This gave about a 5 to 10% opportunity. And then we also talked about, which you can't see here because it's a long list, we talked about DGLY, Digital Alley, and it jumped up about 5 to 8%. So let's look at the stocks, how they jumped up, our best performers of the day. So LOTS was a home run for the day. LOTZ, right? When I mentioned it at 620. Let's just go ahead and look at this together so you guys can see here when I talked about LOTS. Back on June 1st, it was one of the stocks I talked about, and it was sitting at 438. It was in a downward trend, and it was kind of consolidating, and I saw it as an opportunity for whoever wants to swing trade, day trade, or even long-term trade. So when we go ahead and look at this together, you will see here how much it's jumped. I mean, from 438 to 620 and a high today of 740. Yeah, this is given between 30 to 50% almost on the jump since, or probably even more than that actually, since I mentioned it, but really close to those levels. Now, today is when we mentioned it at 620. I had stated in the message that this was once one of our stocks from the weekly watch list, right? And today it has made it in our daily, right? So it was actually very interesting that I saw it in the daily opportunity, and it was sitting at 620, took off to a high here of 737, highest point 20% plus. Now, the other stock we mentioned was NEXT. We mentioned it at 421. It actually was pulling back. We had mentioned it the day before. It was a home run yesterday. I don't like to recycle stocks, but it was looking like an opportunity. And fairly quickly, it jumped up 20 to 30% in just a matter of minutes, pulled back down, consolidated, and gave a high from that point to 40% plus opportunity at that high, guys. This was phenomenal. I caught this one at 293, so I got a little bit more than that, and that was actually very bold of me. I don't like to hold penny stocks overnight, but my conviction was high on the reasons why this stock was very important on its fresh news of analysis upgrades. Now, the other one I mentioned was GBS. GBS was sitting at 325 when I mentioned it this morning. It jumped up pretty quickly within just 15 to 20 minutes and gave a highest point of 10 to 15% plus. It was phenomenal. Pulled back again and gave another 5 to 10% opportunity, and then almost giving another 10 to 15% opportunity anyone that held through the volatility if they caught it down in this area and held through the jumps of the ups and downs. But at the end of the day, this was great for our expectations. 5 to 10% is a regular day, 10 to 15 and 20% is a great day, and 20% plus is a home run. So we went ahead, had a great opportunity with this one. We hit a home run with Next, and we hit a home run with LOTS. So what's the ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list? Well, I talked about this one over the weekend, and this is Array Technologies. This has been beaten down pretty hard, and if I put here the 30-minute chart, you could see how it's been torn down to the downside, almost like LOTS, right, when we caught it. Now, this was actually a stock that I started watching close to $13, $14, jumped up to 16. I saw it consolidating but pulling back, and as it was pulling back, I mentioned it this weekend, and the first trading day of the week was Monday, which was yesterday. It hit a low of 14.59, and it's taken off to a high here of 16.86, right? Giving a nice jump of 10 to 20% right there in just a matter of 2 days. So this is definitely a stock you want to have on your watch list for either further weakness downwards or consolidation before the next run, because when you zoom out, you can see there's a lot of room. I definitely recommend doing more research and due diligence on this. In no way, shape, or form am I giving this as financial advice. I'm just here to enlighten everyone on the stocks I'm watching, why I'm watching them, when I'm watching them, and you guys can go ahead and do further due diligence and make a rational decision as an investor on what you're seeing and what you have found. Now, if you want to know when I'm watching these stocks live, you're more than welcome to join us. The link to the Discord is down below in the description. You'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to maximize profits, minimize losses, learn and grow together. And we look forward to having you join us. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.